Hey! You! Listening to this podcast right now! Do you want to hear a fucking podcast about anything and everything? Yeah. Like movies, music, television, and more?
Oh my god.
Well, you've come to the right place. Yes. Subscribe to Journey into Comics Network, and you get Podcastrophe, hosted by me, Dick. Why not throw a couple bucks to the Patreon? It's your choice. Yeah. This is a Podcastrophe.
That sounds so awesome.
The following is a Journey into Comics Network production.
This is a tasty burger.
You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma joint about 2 blocks from here. I don't know what it is, but I want to try it.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
Do I? Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
Is butter a carb? Will you stop eating?
We elves try to stick to the 4 main food groups. Candy, candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 15 of Foodies Watching Movies. I'm your host Veronica, and with me, as always, is my co-host Nate.
How's it going?
Oh, not too bad. How you doing?
Doing good here in the second season of our awesome show.
Yet another shameless plug. We were just talking about those.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
Lauren is joining us as well, our co-host. Lauren, how's it going, girl?
It's going okay.
You feeling good after all that cheese we ate?
Yes, cheese in various forms, yeah.
I feel like yeah. Well, joining us today, we have a special guest, stand-up comedian and friend of ours, Keith Evans.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
How you feeling after all that cheese?
That cheese was, filling. I'm full to the brim.
You're a little food drunk.
Cheese. A little bit.
I started out drunk before I started out food drunk, as I was saying earlier.
Yeah, today we doubled down and we recorded.
Now, hold on. That's a spoiler. Yes.
Oh.
You almost spoiled the whole thing.
Well, you didn't tell me that it was a secret.
Are you going to introduce them about KFC?
No. It's nothing about KFC. It's just the project we did earlier has not yet been announced, and it's a surprise. So we're letting that drop as they don't know it's coming.
Okay, so we did something earlier, and we drank a lot.
Yes, we did.
Which we don't typically do. We're foodies with movies and stuff, but today we also have booze.
We sometimes have booze, like we did last time. We had those shape of water cocktails.
AP's been making us drink a lot of drinks lately. Like our
Oscar
party drink. Yeah, the White Russian
the drink of water.
Did you guys do an Oscar episode or something?
Yeah, just last episode. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you just eat and watch the Oscars?
Yeah.
Pretty much, nice. Yeah.
We did a pizza taste test comparison.
Oh, yeah. AP picked up some really good pizzas. He got a pizza from Luminati's and Gino's. It was Giordano's. Because he was up in the city. So Nate did a taste test to see which one.
Luminati's is really good.
It is. It was my favorite.
That was the winner.
I had never had either before. So it was like, man, I wonder what these pizzas are going to taste like, because I don't really do Chicago any pizza. I've never really had. So I was like, oh my God, first of all, this is a pie. This is not pizza. This gigantic cake of pizza.
Right.
But it was so good. And the buttery crust. We already talked about it. We already got through all that shit.
When people have the discussion about what's better, New York pizza or Chicago pizza, I always say New York pizza.
New York pizza, hands
Chicago
down.
pizza is not, it's
not
just
pizza.
It's more lasagna.
It is.
I think it's just a big, thick pie of stuff.
I think we might have just started a debate. Maybe we should ask and see what people think.
No, I totally agree with that. I think that, because I see what you're saying.
He said, no, I agree, it's over.
No. We don't need anybody else. We don't need anybody else.
Style pizza, New York for the win.
Well, New York is because the New York style pizza thin crust allows you to enjoy more toppings.
I love it.
It's portable too.
Exactly.
It's just you can just grab it and go. Yeah,
that's the best part of it.
And
the thinness of it.
You can attest to this. I'm a very little sauce person. Like, I don't like a ton of sauce on my pizza as it is.
Right.
So less sauce, the better.
Yeah.
So New York style just does it for me in that regard.
Chicago, deep dish pizza is always you go out and you're like, we're gonna get deep dish pizza and then we're gonna go out drinking, and then you eat part of your deep dish and you're like, I'm full. It's It's just the worst. Like, it ruins plans. It's good, but it's just too much.
It's way too much. It's a bit too much.
A bit too much?
Like Lauren was saying, you just want to like go home and go curl up on the couch and call it a night. You're like, fuck drinking. This pizza got me. I'm pizza drunk now.
I'm not like a huge... I don't really like deep dish, only because I don't really like the crust pizza or whatever. But I feel like the buttery crust... I don't like it. It's just too...
No?
It's not what I like. I like thin, floury crusts, you know? We've talked about this like a billion times on this thing.
We should definitely discuss, though, what we did today for food. We first of all had some, like... prefixins, I guess we'll call it the appetizer round of cheeses. There are several different cheeses that we had. I want your guys' opinions on them and talk about them and stuff, and we'll see what we thought.
So we went to Whole Foods today and spent way too much money on cheese, and it was totally fucking worth it, I'd say.
It was delicious.
It was fancy.
It was,
It was super
regal.
Pretentious.
Regal is the word that comes to my mind.
I felt like a goddamn queen.
It was regal.
It was regal.
That was a regal experience. I'm happy that we were able to share that together. But anyway, so I got a triple cream brie. The Delice is my favorite. I get that almost like every time I get cheese at Whole Foods. And then we got aged white cheddar, which was delicious in my opinion.
We had a cheddar porter that was made with a Guinness stout type beer thing. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was delicious.
Something like that. And then there was the Borzen, which is just like this garlic cheese spread, which is amazing. I can put that shit on like everything and it would be delicious.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like garlic?
Yeah, it was garlic. And then I got a double cream brie, the St. Angel, which I didn't really like that much.
I like St. Angel.
You liked that one?
Yeah, I like it with the the blackberry.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, the blackberry Shiraz spread, because we were super fancy.
God, this was a fancy-ass episode of Foodies.
I know.
There was a cheese knife for every cheese there. It was the fanciest thing
I can't believe that actually happened, too.
I did it.
Shit, we look professional.
Yeah, that was a great spread. And then we baked some pretzel buns.
I'm going to expect the same fanfare.
Well, you're going to get it, too. I think
we have some technical difficulties.
Do it.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
This mic cable died.
Oh, no.
Keep talking.
Nate's mic cable died. Oh. We're having problems. That's okay. We'll carry on. We'll soldier on. Anyway, so we were talking about this cheese.
Yeah.
My favorite combination that we did today was on the toasted pretzel bun. I put some of that fucking triple cream brie. Okay. And then I spooned on very daintily with my tiny little spoon some tangerine marmalade.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really yummy. And then just like a little tiny bit of the garlic Borzen. And it was next level. So fucking good. I could eat that every day of my life and be so happy.
It's weird how cheese is like, I mean, has it always been an adult thing? Or is it just...
I don't know. Well, I grew up just eating cheese.
I don't really know any younger people who are as into cheese as like...
Have you guys ever had fondue?
I love fondue.
Fondue's dope.
Yeah, that's super fun. I love to pretend like that I'm living in the 70s and eating fucking Gruyere.
There used to be, I don't even know if it's there anymore, there used to be
Cafe Fondue?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there several times.
I've been there before with my mom before, too. She loves fondue.
Was that in Maryville?
Do you fondue?
Huh?
That's a Captain America reference. I just totally fucking threw it in there.
Don't they start off with like the cheese dipping sauce, and they usually go to the oil for the meats, and they usually go to the chocolate for the fruits at the end.
It's pretty dope.
I want to go to Fogo de Chao. Have you guys ever been?
What's that?
It's a place in Chicago off 294, and essentially you go and you pay like I want to say it's like probably $60 a person. Something, it's a little exorbitant, right? But what you do is you go there and you have paddles. If your paddle is green, that means bring me more food. If your paddle is red, it means stop. But they just bring you anything and everything. They just keep bringing you food until you totally cannot eat anymore. But they will literally bring fresh rack of lamb like to you and shave it right next to you and like give it to you. Like it's really apparently
like
very ritzy.
Salt Bae. Like,
kind of, yeah.
Salt Bae from the internet. Like, he does, the guy, there's like videos of him shooting off things of meat and Like he massages the meat.
Yes.
It's real sensual. It's amazing.
He's serious about how he loves that meat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to try it. Yeah, like they love their food and do it big.
Is it do they do it with like a fanfare kind of like?
I've never been. I just
like,
want to be there. I've just heard of it.
We'll go there and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that'll be an extravaganza.
I love eating adventures.
So we talked about the cheese. I liked them, all of them.
Yeah,
my mic cut out, and I fucking saved the day because I quick like that. But
I feel like the white cheddar was really good and would be really good in like a macaroni and cheese dish.
Yes. Like,
I can see that.
Tons of pepper.
I can see that.
A little bit of sriracha and a little bit of garlic salt maybe, and then that white cheddar.
Oh, so good.
And then breadcrumbs and bake it.
And then, of course, today we had some pretty interesting early dinner. What would we call that?
We had
like two full
variety.
Supper?
I think that's what supper is. It's like old people's dinner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, 'cause it's not quite luncheon or whatever.
We had tacos.
Yeah.
For a reason.
They're good.
We'll get into that later.
Okay.
Trust me, it's coming. There's going to be a whole section on why we ate tacos today. We also had meatballs, which was awesome.
Yeah, the meatballs were really good.
Typically
Lauren's recipe.
Meatballs.
I helped make them. I haven't made meatballs in a long time, so it was a lot of effort. But I think I don't know. Everybody liked them, right?
Lauren, share with us the lore of your recipe.
Yeah.
The what?
Is it like some real serious, like
secret
ancestral?
No. I found it online when I searched for meatball recipes.
I was hoping it was going to be like.
There's no attachment to this recipe.
It all started.
I was going through my great-great-grandfather's old things when suddenly.
But what really happened was. The first thing I did was pull out my phone and flip to Google.
Yeah.
I mistyped meatball and I put MEET
about this
fucking autocorrect. Allrecipes.com brought up a 5-star recipe and I just had to try it.
It's pretty good though. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
Usually, the last I don't make meatballs ever because I don't ever typically eat them, but my mom makes them with grape jelly.
What?
Yeah, you're saying that. That's crazy.
She cooks it in a crock pot with this grape jelly sauce that she constructs, and it's like an old school 50s 60s thing to do, is to make your meatballs in grape jelly.
How have I never had these
and then
before?
It caramelizes around because we don't ever make them because I don't really eat ground beef.
That's true. That is true. You're.
Could always make meatballs out of many different meats.
True. Turkey.
We used a couple different today. We used ground beef and ground turkey.
Oh. Trait of our existence showing up in the middle of the episode here, folks.
Yeah.
Do you eat pork?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pork is like the one meat they deserve to be eaten. Is that controversial?
I feel terrible that I eat meat sometimes.
Here's the thing.
I still fucking eat it.
Oh, bacon is so good.
What are you gonna do, man?
Guys, sorry.
How many times have you eaten way too much holiday ham at a fucking festive event?
I don't like ham.
I love ham.
I don't like ham.
I get fucking thick chunks of ham.
Bacon and pork chops.
Okay, I'm down with pork chops, totally.
I don't like ham. I don't know.
Nate makes really good pork chops.
Yeah, I get down with some pork chops.
Didn't you put cinnamon in the last ones?
Yeah, I tried to do that just to kind of give it a little different kick.
Sausage, obviously, too. Pork sausage is good.
I don't like sausage.
No?
No, I don't like ground meat.
It's a texture thing more than anything else.
The flavor is there, but it's a texture thing for me.
I understand that. Textural eating is real. I have textural eating issues.
Yeah,
certain things, if they're too slimy for me, I just it will trigger my gag reflex.
I about pierogies.
Oh,
really?
I don't like pierogies.
So the texture, the density of the
Sometimes
potato.
I feel that way about gnocchi. Gnocchi has that
doughy.
weird doughy texture.
The only pierogies that I can do are Pacro's pierogies for the most part in downtown Griffith.
I've never had that.
Pacro's Brewery, right?
Yeah.
Right there on Broad?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't know they had pierogi.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I'll have to try that because I fucking love that with the onions and cheese.
Potato cheddar is my favorite.
Oh, that's my
I love
jam.
that one too.
Trying to think, what else do we have for food? We had the meatballs. Talk about that. Talk about tacos.
Nate made the tacos.
These guys tried macaroons for the first time. What did you think of the fancy cookies?
They're good.
Macaroons.
They're good.
I had them before in Seattle.
Oh, okay.
That's the only other place I've ever had them.
Thoughts?
They were good.
Good.
They were good. They were like they have the very like serious look of like I can't help when I eat them but think of like some sort of banquet food,
like Marie Antoinette.
Like just
like a wedding
a
reception.
function, something.
Okay,
where they're
totally.
just sitting out.
They're
like,
very fancy.
That's the way it reminds me of it, and it's they are while they are fancy, like it's like. But it's also very run of the mill almost.
Totally.
Like at office parties and stuff like
yes.
that. Like macaroons. I like them though. They're good.
Yeah, they're a fancy little treat. I think they're all right. I had never
I'm
had
about
them
to eat
before.
mine now. I haven't eaten mine yet.
Yeah, I really liked the raspberry.
Did you get a picture of it?
Surprising.
Yeah, I did. I'm going to put it on our Foodies Instagram.
Ooh, Foodies watching movies on Instagram. Boom.
Well, I haven't tried the raspberry one yet. They're new, so I'm going to do that now.
So, what have you guys been eating recently? Like, have you guys been going anywhere and eating, trying any new places? Have you been anywhere and had anything on a menu that you were like, oh, fuck, I didn't know they had this and this is amazing? Or is there anything like that that's been going on in your world?
I don't know. I feel like I've had an overload of that, like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Like when I first moved to Chicago, like I was just trying every new thing that there was, and like now I'm like stuck in this thing where I just like my set things.
So what are your set things? What are your few things that you really jam?
Taco Bell, number one.
Love it.
Oh my God, your Taco Bell posts are so funny.
Yes, let's talk about that. Please, let's get into that. Thank
So
you.
we live in a very,
Taco Bell.
very small town, and our town's Facebook page is hilarious to behold. For one, I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody in Lowell, whatever. But Keith posts constantly about how we need to have a fucking Taco Bell in town, because we do.
100%.
There's nothing to eat in our town. It's miserable.
Also, it needs to not be in the pilot.
broaden our horizons by getting
Taco Bell.
Listen,
So,
let me
talk
tell
about
you
this.
the
Talk about
benefits
this.
of Taco Bell. Number one, Taco Bell. If you look it up right now on your phone, Taco Bell is one of the most healthiest fast food places that there is.
Really?
Yes, very really. You can look it up on your phone right now. Like, I don't know exactly the number, but it's up there. Past so many. It's past Wendy's. It's past, like, all that shit.
I should think it was surprisingly past Subway, too, because a Subway sandwich is like
Subway's
600 or 700 calories.
They yoga mats, right?
What?
No, they have
Yoga mats?
Yeah.
Remember when Subway
In the
had
bread.
yoga mats in their bread?
No.
Like the same thing you make a yoga mat out of, you make Subway bread out of.
Right,
It's like the
so they had to
same thing.
redo their
It's
recipe.
like the same thing. So
Wow, I didn't know that. That's
that was
crazy.
like a big
Probably why their
scandal.
bread isn't as good as it used to be.
Guess who never had that problem? Taco Bell.
Totally. See,
Taco
they
Bell's
didn't.
never had any issues like that. And it has only came out with bangers.
And now-
bangers after bangers of menu items.
French fries.
Oh, the French fries are fire.
You know what's weird? I really
They're
like
great.
the nacho fries that they have now at Taco Bell. However, gave me the like most intense stomach pains ever after I ate them. Like I feel like I was getting stabbed with knives for like an
I
hour
get sick from
afterwards.
Taco Bell. I don't know why.
It wasn't
I
that I
don't-
actually got sick or anything. It was more that it was just like it was like, oh my god, my body was not ready for all that whatever the fuck it was. But
Did
it
you
was
go too
delicious.
fast? Did
I
you
think so.
go-
I was jamming them, man.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, these are fucking great. Nom, nom,
You gotta
nom,
pace yourself.
Well, I'm a cow. I'm a glutton for punishment sometimes. It just happens that way. V understands it.
Taco Bell is not a right; it's a responsibility.
Wow.
You have to be.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
You have to be very responsible with your Taco Bell. So yeah, I just post. I promote Taco Bell. There's two things that I would not mind selling out and doing commercials for. It's Taco Bell and PBR.
Okay.
Those are the two things that I'd be like, all right, I'll do like some goofy thing where I'm like the Dell guy, but like for Taco Bell, that'd be fun.
Taco Dell?
Taco Dell. Taco Bell guy. Taco Bell guy.
I am seeing an article on Business Insider about how Taco Bell Chicken Burrito Supreme Fresco style, which is 340 calories, is one of the healthiest fast food items that you can get across all the different fast food places. Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. And I typically, when I go to Taco Bell, get beans instead of beef. I don't like their ground beef there that much.
I get the same thing every time I go to Taco Bell. I get a number 5.
Okay. Is that a gordita?
That's Nacho Bell Grande.
Oh, the Bell Grande is
Taco.
awesome.
And then I get like
Hard shell or soft?
If I've been partaking like all day, like then I want to go in there and pound some shit. Like I'll get number 5 and a $5 box.
Ooh.
And just knock the whole thing out.
Whoa.
Like, but usually just a number 5, and then I'll get like a Doritos Locos taco, or I'll get like the fries, or like the when they had, remember when they came out with the naked chicken?
Yes, the tenders or whatever.
No, but the one with the bread of the taco was made out of a chicken patty.
Yeah, the taco shell was a chicken patty, wasn't it?
It was so great.
That's so funny. That's so KFC of them.
It was like I was more excited about that than I was about the double down thing or whatever.
Yeah, that was weird.
I really like Taco Bell's caramel apple empanadas. Those are good.
Yeah, they're all right. They ain't bad. I don't know why we're still on.
We've just been talking about Taco Bell because of Keith's.
No, we're okay. No, it's not a don't apologize. I was trying to think about. I had a thought about Taco Bell. Thank you.
The views of Taco Bell are not reflected in the opinions of this podcast.
No, I'm just curious.
We're not sponsored.
But I'm actually genuinely curious. Why have you not reached out to Taco Bell themselves and been like, "Yo,
I don't know,
make this shit a reality now"?
Oh, of them getting a Taco Bell?
Yes, like because I know you're
number one. I'm not going to open a Taco Bell, but
I'm not telling you to.
Recently, that they're going to open one. They're going to open one right next to the Lion's Den, which I think is appropriate.
I heard that was going to be a Dunkin' Donuts.
We're going to go to Lion's Den, huh?
I was reading in that I heard that was supposed to be a Dunkin' Donuts.
No, Dunkin' Donuts is going to be connected to the gas station.
Oh my god, this is the best news.
The Taco Bell is going to be where the Burger King was.
Dope. I'm super stoked about that.
And then Lion's Den is still going to be open, no matter what.
Right. So you can decide what you want to do with your day.
Yeah.
So you call that just
Over
having
lunch.
a day.
Like, do you go to Taco Bell first and then Lion's Den, or I mean, there's no whole other operations.
It's really funny to me that there's a Lion's Den, and then right across the street is the Funflatables. Like, for some reason,
I know, it's
that's the
horrific,
most hilarious thing.
I'm in Alabama.
Yeah.
Funflatables right across the street from the Lion's Den. Like, all right.
Small town USA, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. V, you and I have had some food ventures as of late.
Yeah, we've been eating lots of yummy foods lately.
Yeah. What one of those yummy foods should we talk most about that you
we ventured back to Umi and had sushi. That
always a win.
It was a win. It was pretty good. Have you guys been to Umi in Crown Point?
Umi. Is that the one in the square?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's upstairs?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been there.
It's cool.
I ate a wasabi ball there.
A whole ball?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Awful?
It was alright.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was.
Did you puke?
No.
Well, then you win.
And I got like 3 free drinks out of it because people were like betting that I
Oh,
could do it.
okay.
I was like, it's hot, but it's not that hot. Like, and I don't know,
sold like a G, didn't you? You just were like,
I mean, it was hurtful a little bit, but it wasn't where I could I had to like get up. Like,
you weren't like freaking
where,
out.
Like, it made my brain explode.
You got high from
I got
the
sent
hot
home
sauce
one
or
time.
something.
I used to work at Wings Etc. in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And I got sent home. Not sent home. They just let me go home because they were making this hot sauce. And one of the guys used to travel like to Michigan and a bunch of different other places, going around getting like the hottest of hot sauces or whatever.
Sure.
He makes his own, and I just tasted like a little finger of it. And literally, I was shitting what I thought was just hot sauce. Like, solidified hot sauce out of my ass. Like, it was the worst. And, like, I just couldn't stop. And they were like, you gotta go home. And I was like, well, yeah. It's not my fault. Like, I was like, you're the one who made the thing. Like, it's not me. Wow. So, yeah.
There's $1 million question here.
What?
How do you drive home in that state?
It was, I mean, I don't know. I didn't live far, so it was good that I didn't live that far. But yeah,
it wasn't like a 45-minute trek on 65.
No. Probably like 10-minute drive. So
that's not
too
bad.
Like, yeah.
Still
so
that's awful. I'm sorry that happened to you.
From where to where?
From the mall to like, what was it? 78th? 78th on Broadway.
Okay.
Yeah, 78th on Broadway.
Damn.
So, yeah, it's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, are you like originally from the area?
Yeah, I'm originally from, I was born in East Chicago, then moved to Gary, and then went to high school, all that, graduated from West Side, left, went to South Carolina. It sucked, I came back. It didn't suck. I sucked, I guess. Is
that a perspective thing?
It's, I used to just hate, like, I don't know. It's just something about it that I was just like, it's all right.
Yeah, you're just like, it's okay.
I'm not a big fan of the South, but that's like a whole other conversation.
I got you.
I'm not the biggest fan. And then I stayed like in Maryville and in Crown Point, and then moved to New York. And then came back and lived in Crown Point. And so I've got...
You're a journeyman.
All over the place.
Wow.
Yeah, I get bored and, like, want to leave a lot. Like, I mean, I'm accruing more things in my life now that's keeping me, like, kind of...
Grounded.
Like, but...
Yeah, you're getting married. Congratulations.
While I was, like, wasn't anybody... Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it so much. While I was single, it was just like, I'm leaving. Get the fuck out of here. I'm leaving. I didn't have a child. I was... single. I was like, cool, I'm out of here.
Now you're a little more grounded, and that's all right because you're killing it in the stand-up game, man. You're like about to release an album.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to kill it.
What?
I want to kill it.
Oh, dude, it's just hard.
Yeah, it's so like even sometimes to feel like you're doing good in this, and then suddenly you're like, but there's all this and there's all this I had to do, and I still owe this money and blah blah blah. Like, it gets crazy. The whole thing's crazy, and I love how crazy it is though. So
yeah, because it's like you feel real accomplishment for what you're doing and how things are going, obviously. But then you always can look up and go, "There's still more to go, and I'm not even close to finish climbing this mountain yet."
Right.
So
exactly,
I absolutely totally understand how that goes.
It's a constant thought game.
Exactly.
Trying to think, what am I going to do next? You know what I mean?
You can never just go, okay, everything's fine, because it's what's coming next. You know. Well, as soon as one project is done, it's on to the next. But tell us a little bit about your album, though. It was a live stand-up.
Yeah, it's got 7 songs on it. They're all bluegrass.
Lauren went to the recording.
No, yeah, the recording was... I had a good time there. I think it's good. It was just all, like, stuff that I had been doing and kind of perfecting, like, over the years. And, like, that was kind of, like, my last, like... That's it. This is the last time I'm going to do this stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, eventually, like, after, we're still, like, in an editing process now, and should be released later in April.
Cool.
And that would be the end of those jokes, and now it's just, like, I'm writing, like, all new stuff and, like, trying to get...
That's gonna be fun.
Can I get wrong? It is. It's also like I put myself in a position. I was like, well, I want to just start over, like how like when I started. So like I did one of the first shows I did was have you guys ever heard of Porter, Indiana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went and did a show there. This guy was putting on a show there, and so I'm gonna go there, and it was just. Everybody who lives in Porter drunk, not caring that there was supposed to be a comedy show going on.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, yeah, this is what I used to do. Like, these are the things that I used to do. So I was like, all right, cool. But it was kind of cool to do it now with how I know how to deal with it instead of, like, being like a deer in headlights when it first happens to you. So it was really fun, and I had a good time dealing with thank you to the drunk people of Porter. Yeah, it's like a strip, and it's like 3 bars, and I think that's the only 3 bars.
And they all congregate there.
Yeah, so they're all there, in and out.
So rough crowd. Yeah. Do you end up heckling them? Is that how that works? You just kind of fuck with them back? Because that's how I would be on stage.
Well, yeah, I mean, so there's some comics, I guess, who are like that's their thing, like, to do crowd work constantly. Right. I would rather not, but I know that I have to be susceptible to it and know how to deal with it if it happens, because it's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, I just had fun with it. Like, I never got through. I would start premises of jokes and then things would happen. There was this one super drunk chick in there. It was so funny. She was like, just a solid, like, 53.
Wow.
Solid. And we went in, me and Mary go in, and I'm at the bar ordering a drink, and the chick is sitting in the bar stool, and she's doing that thing where you, like, rub the top of your foot on the back of somebody's like knee or whatever. I'm just like, oh my god. And it was like it was funny. And then she eventually got kicked out. She kept coming to the stage, wanting to talk personally.
You're like, hey, what's up?
Set. Yeah,
you got questions? I got answers.
So it was all that good. Like it was just like, going back to boot camp almost, like being like, yep, this is the. So
that's where you get some of the best material, I'm sure, because I'm sure you're going to have experiences that you take away from this that are going to fuel your next 10 years, whatever. So that's awesome. Now, we're talking a little bit about your stories on the road, but here we are, a food podcast. Mm-hmm. So you've worked in fast food?
I have. My first job was in fast food. My first job was at a Taco Bell. It's just all
it's all coming together now.
Nostalgic and
it all comes together.
Caring.
So, do you have any really funny stories from your time being a food slave, as we all have been?
A tale to
Taco
Fast
Bell.
Foodie.
Working at Taco Bell was how. This is going to sound ignorant as fuck. Working at Taco Bell was the first time I learned the difference between Mexicans and Puerto Ricans.
Okay.
So I just didn't, I just didn't know. I just didn't care. Like it was like whatever. Like I wasn't around any. Like it was fine. Like I was like 16 and I went to Taco Bell and there was some Mexican girls that worked there and there was some Puerto Rican girls that worked there and they were more upset about me not knowing the difference that they were getting compared to the other one. So because I was just like, wait, what? There's like a beef. There's like this thing. So then I found out the Puerto Rican girls, the way I could tell them apart is that they had the airbrushed jogging pants, like with their name on it. It says like Angel or like Precious or something like that. Okay. And the Mexican girls were way nicer and Puerto Ricans are pretty much black. That's what I learned. And so I was like, okay, I get who you guys are. Like the Mexicans are like more like, all right, like, because they weren't like
totally
like, super like. It was Taco Bell. It wasn't like, an actual canteen.
Correct.
Right. So they were like Americanized as fuck. Totally. like it wasn't like, the troubled, like, it was Donald Trump hates, like, it wasn't them. It was just like, But yeah, so that's Taco Bell for me. I was there before I'm old. So when I worked there, this is before they had all the shit. Like people used to just like the stuff with the, soft shell and the hard shell, the double decker or whatever. Yeah. People were just doing that at work. Like it wasn't like on the menu or anything.
And then they became a thing.
Just randomly like putting together stuff and making
then it became a thing.
Because that's the thing about Taco Bell. All the basic ingredients of Taco Bell, you can make 1,000 different things.
Anything,
it's the greatest puzzle of food.
That's what's so cool about tacos.
Absolutely, they're very versatile.
Anything you want.
Yeah, totally.
We've been talking about having El Gueros. Did we ended up having that with Lauren yet?
No, but you had it.
Yeah,
we did have it together.
With AP.
That's right, we did. El Gueros.
You've been back a
it's in
couple times.
Hammond. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like real basic the way they do their tacos. Like the steak ones are my favorite, and all they put on it is like it's a steak, cilantro, lime, and onion. It's really good.
Very few ingredients, but it's very badass.
Fresh and Baja tasty.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's a super nice lady.
Yeah, so we had some good tacos today. Nate made tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we made the meatballs. We had the pretzel bread with all of our different cheeses and cheese toppings. It was a little extravagant and overboard, and I feel slightly sick.
Slightly? Only slightly?
I'm going to have heartburn or something, but I'm going to live.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little good that comes from this because you guys suggested that we watch a movie. And I'm going to kind of let Lauren take it away because you suggested a movie that you actually first brought up on the first episode of Foodies.
Of this season?
Of this season, yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's right. You did talk about this movie.
Because you talked about how it was your favorite comedic movie.
It is my favorite comedic movie.
So let's get into it.
It has Andy Sandberg in it, and he plays this, aspiring, stunt man who is really bad at stunts. And he's basically just trying to emulate his father, who he assumes is a stunt driver because that's what his mother's always told him. Come to find out at the end, what was his dad? Didn't he work?
He just worked at
he didn't, I forgot what he did at the end.
I don't remember.
Me neither.
He died choking on pie. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
And the only reason he got the picture with Evel Knievel is because he came to town and took a picture with everybody.
I think he worked on the cars or the motorcycles and stuff that
he was like a mechanic?
his dad drove. Yeah, he was like a mechanic.
Okay.
That's it. And
I don't remember at all.
But yeah, that movie is hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite movies.
There's so many funny actors are in it.
Who does it have in it? Bill Hader.
Danny
McBride. Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Isla Fisher.
Isla Fisher. Isn't that
Sissy Spacek?
Yeah.
And
Sissy Spacek is the mom.
what's the name of the guy
who
Ian
talks like
McShane?
this?
Ian McShane, isn't that Ian McShane?
Is that the dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a great movie.
Who's the other guy?
What other guy? Which other guy?
Oh, I can't remember. It was the radio host guy.
Todd.
I can't think of his name.
Or no.
He was on SNL a lot.
Chris Parnell.
Yes, Chris Parnell. Thank you.
Chris
I always
Parnell.
like seeing him.
The Calvin and Hobbes, tattoo.
I have a tattoo to represent exactly what I'm telling you about. That movie is hilarious and bizarre because it's so over the top, and I think it was Andy Sandberg doing that movie that really set the tone for him to do the Tour de Pharmacy movie and 7 Days in Hell and stuff.
By him and his Lonely Island
crew.
I thought the Lonely Island stuff was hilarious.
Yeah.
I loved all those videos like Dick in a Box and I'm on a boat. That one was really funny.
The fucking Michael Bolton song about Jack Sparrow is maybe one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. Lazy Sunday was pretty funny.
Yeah.
They're all pretty good. They're all pretty good.
I really like Andy Sandberg, and I think that the stuff he does is always like...
I was going to say, I feel like Hot Rod, like I said last night in the group chat, I was like, I feel like it's one of the smartest, stupid comedies I've ever seen.
It's so over the top. Like, you're watching the movie, and it has, it's getting towards this, super real moment with everybody, and then they have this Cool Beans moment where it's, a remix of the movie, and you're just like, wait, what the fuck?
I kind of want to say that, Hot Rod, I'm trying to think when Fistfoot Way came out, but Hot Rod is probably, the biggest introduction anybody ever had of Danny McBride.
Yes.
Because I think that's when he first kind of came out,
definitely.
and I thought he was hilarious.
That's before he had that horrible mullet that he's been sporting.
Yeah.
Was this before Pineapple Express?
Yeah. Definitely
Hot Rod, I think, was in 07.
Hot Rod came out the same year Superbad came out.
Okay.
Yeah, they came out the same weekend, I think. And I went to go see Superbad, and I was really upset about I didn't see Hot Rod instead, because I liked Superbad.
The first time I ever saw Hot Rod, I was going to be a
2007.
A sophomore at Lowell, probably. Or maybe a junior at Lowell. But either way, me and my friend Olivia, my friend Kyle Boozy Cross, and Zach Wiersma, we all went out to Family Video, and we saw what looked like this really funny movie playing on one of the TVs that they had in there. So we asked them what it was, and they were like, oh, it's Hot Rod. So then we got it, and we brought it back home, and, we fell in love with it. We quoted it for years afterwards. The part where he's like, I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day. You're gonna bring the demons out of me.
I love that. Or I randomly find myself just saying whiskey.
Why are you saying it like that?
Whiskey.
What way?
We did have whiskey today. It all worked out. It all came together.
True. It does all come together. That's how this always works.
Whiskey.
I really liked Hot Rod as a comedy. I would say it's up there for me because it's so ridiculous. It is over the top.
The part where they all start going through the town and they all start breaking in and stealing shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then what does Rico say? What does Danny McBride say? Doesn't he say something like, it got so overwhelming there for a minute. He's like, I don't even know what I was doing. He was like, I can't even tell you what was going on. And then he's holding this TV that he just stole out of the shop. He was like...
That is hilarious. I would suggest a movie to you guys in the future.
Oh yeah? What it is?
A movie called Fistfoot Way.
Fistfoot Way.
Which is... Danny McBride's first movie.
Okay.
And it was I think it was released independently, and then Will Ferrell and Adam McKay saw it, and so they just stamped their executive producer on it and distributed
Re-released it.
Yeah. And it's ridiculously funny. Like,
I've
because it's
never heard of
awkward.
it.
It's Danny McBride as he's the town karate instructor.
Amazing.
So he's like, it's him and a bunch of kids, and like, just he teaches him, but he thinks he's like the man. So like, you know, in traditional Danny McBride fashion, and it's hilarious, and it's like the whole thing is awkward, and that's what makes it like really, really funny. Like, it's all awkward. So I would suggest you guys watch that.
Fistfoot Way. I'm gonna check it out. Did you say now? Shoots. That was hilarious at the like business meeting or whatever. It was like a
corporate party.
Corporate party. Thank you for all the employees, and Hot Rod got exploded. He's given the speech.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I liked when he got lit on fire.
Yeah, that was great. What did she say? Get the fuck off my porch.
Yeah, she wrote him a check. Get the fuck off my porch.
Also, one of my favorite moments from that movie is Will Arnett.
Oh,
like
God.
his whole.
Yeah, he was so gross.
Like,
There's a flavor.
When he breaks up, when they break up, he's like, babe,
no,
babe, no, babe, no, babe, no, babe. He just lets out one big long babe. It's hilarious. That's such a good movie.
What would you rate it out of 5 pizza slices? And guess what? You get to top the pizza however you'd like it. So.
Oh, 4, definitely.
That's 4 pizza slices.
4.
Like just cheese pizza?
No, sausage, pepperoni, onions.
Kind of the works.
It's a bro pizza, bro movie.
No pineapple. Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Ooh, I disagree.
I have a strong stance on it.
Ooh.
I have a strong stance.
What's your stance? I gotta hear this.
It's stupid. That's my stance. It's stupid. It doesn't make the pizza taste better. I like pineapple. Like, I love pineapple.
Have you had it on pizza?
I do not like them together.
You've had them together?
Yeah, I've had it.
Okay, where from?
Gross.
Where from?
I don't remember.
See, I think
some gross place that does that.
I think Arenello's pizza with pineapple is phenomenal.
The idea of pineapple, I don't like.
It's sweet and savory, bro. That's the whole point.
I don't do that.
It's a flavor mixture thing. I'm all about that.
I'm one of those people. If we went out to breakfast, I get my eggs and my bacon on a separate plate than my
You're one
pancakes.
of those.
Yeah.
I am not.
I want
I
my
like
syrup
everything all
touching
together.
my eggs. What? Why?
See,
No.
I like when my scrambled eggs are in.
Yes. I hate it.
Yeah,
See,
I like
so many people I know
everything together.
do
It's like
like
Thanksgiving.
it,
That's
but I
how I eat.
can't.
This is very
I get
interesting.
upset about it.
Really?
If it touches sausage, I'm okay with it because sausage is kind of mapley anyway, so it's not a big deal.
I used to always dip my bacon in my syrup.
Yeah, I know
I
people
love
do
that.
that. I don't know. Do you guys do that weird thing that people do when they dip French fries in like ice cream?
No, I don't do that. I don't do that.
We do that.
Or milkshakes, I guess.
It's Frosties from Wendy's.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
what
do
you do.
That's gross.
I created.
That's gross to me.
We've talked about it on Foodies a couple times, but I created something called Kobe fries. And you get hot fudge from McDonald's and a fresh unsalted fry from McDonald's, and you dip the fries in the hot fudge, and it is next level. It is amazing.
Nah.
Yeah, I promise.
Nah. I mean, I'll do.
It just sounds like a heart attack
pretzels and
waiting to happen.
chocolate.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
That makes sense. Salty and whatever, blah blah blah. But no, I can't.
Damn, interesting. I love it. I love a different way of thinking.
Fair enough.
I love that you would have 50 plates in front of you if we went to a buffet because you would put everything on a separate plate. Is that right?
I just get. Well, so okay, this is how I designed my buffet.
Okay. Yes, I knew this was a great question.
That I go and I get like-minded things each round. Like, so I'll get like a salad, I get sushi, I'll get, all kind of cold
things that
items,
go
some
together.
fruit,
Cool,
stuff like
smart.
that. And I don't I'm not taking a fruit and squeezing it on top of my sushi. Like, that's gross. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not a savage. I'm a gentleman. But,
We're not savages.
then I'll go get all my hot shit, like my good shit, like whatever,
Okay.
I just don't do it all like that crazy
Man, I'm getting hungry
cake
again.
next to macaroni and cheese and shit.
Well, I
gross.
guess you said the magic word. While you guys are reviewing Hot Rod, and keep doing it because Lauren, you're next to give your out of 5 pizza slices. I'm gonna get the mochi ready for you guys.
Okay, you go do that.
Yeah.
Lauren, what would you rate this movie?
I'd give it a 5, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Liked it that much, huh?
Yeah, I love this movie. I remember growing up, my friend Leah, she had a Hot Rod shirt that she that she wanted to give to, or maybe she did give it to her boyfriend because she didn't want it because she watched Hot Rod and she didn't like it, but her boyfriend Matt, he liked it a lot, so he took the t-shirt from her. And it was just, I don't know, I feel like they were giving them out in Chicago, and Matt and Leah accepted them without even having seen the movie, and then they came back and they watched it.
Oh, I see.
But I really like it.
It's hard
It's an
to
irreverent
think
comedy.
about any flaws with it.
It's an
really,
irreverent comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if I were to judge this movie...
Chocolate.
If I were to judge this movie, like, when it first came out, maybe I would have liked it more than I did. But going back and watching it as an adult, having never seen it the whole way through...
Yeah.
I'm going to say, like, I'm going to give it, like, a 3.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it's funny. I can see how back then it would be funny, but I'm just, like, so tired of the... I'm not tired of it, I guess. I love Andy Sandberg. I loved that movie, 7 Days in Hell, that he did.
Right.
But I guess I just feel like... it wasn't as funny as I wanted it to be.
There's still so many parts that I can't help but laugh out loud at whenever I watch it.
Yeah.
Like the part where he starts falling off the cliff and he's like punch dancing out his rage in a field.
Sometimes I just get mad at like stupid comedy, you know?
I mean, I think you were right when you said like maybe you would have liked it more like around the time when it came out.
When
Because
The
it was
Lonely
also
Island was
like,
still popular.
that was around the time like he was doing like, I mean, Hot Rod is basically one big long digital short.
Yep,
right.
Exactly.
And that was at the time where all his digital shorts were coming out and like it was the wave.
Right, that was the trend. That was the
so
fad.
like that probably makes a difference, I would imagine. Like, I mean, I love the movie Grandma's Boy, but had I not watched it when it came out, if I watched it later, I probably would have thought it was stupid.
Right.
Like now,
there's a time and a place for Hot Rod.
Yeah,
And it's not today for me.
I'd give it a 3.75 out of 5. I really thought it was a good, funny comedy. I like Andy Sandberg's really off-the-wall style of writing and just bizarreness, you know, just like... He's the whole, like, my favorite part at the end of the movie when he's on the bike and he's, like, looking and everybody's waving at him and he's just like, and then he realizes he's off the bike and then everything snaps into reality. Like, that's so funny. Because it's almost like Wile E. Coyote.
What did he say when he came out of the... Didn't he say Hoobastank?
Hoobastank. What an awful name for a band, by the way.
That's exactly what you said, too. You're like, oh, Hoobastank.
I remember that band.
Was when he got knocked out, like, while he was in the pool? Like when he was holding his breath.
Yeah, when he was holding his breath underwater. So what did he say? Soul of a bottlenose dolphin.
Yeah, and the whole thing about that scene is funny. There's so many things about that scene that's funny. But the funniest part is when Bill Hader is yelling at his sister about the Kool-Aid. Like he's just like,
just leave it.
He's like, I don't care.
Just bring it. Just bring it.
Just bring it.
I love Bill Hader.
Wait, is he kissing his sister? That's not his sister? Oh, that changes my perspective on everything. You know, like,
It's funny to think about how Bill Hader's career has evolved from Hot Rod.
Oh, yeah.
For real.
That's an interesting transition.
Yeah.
I approve of it.
I didn't even know who Bill Hader was until Hot Rod.
God.
Yeah, that was probably around, I mean, I think he was just
on SNL.
Yeah, he was on SNL.
But he did. He was in Superbad as well.
Yeah, he was in Superbad.
He is in Superbad.
He's coming out with a new show. It's on HBO, maybe? Or maybe Showtime?
Oh, I have seen...
He's playing like a serial killer.
Yeah,
Kinda
it's like Dexter.
I was gonna say like
it's
Dexter.
like a dark comedy Dexter, I think it's supposed to kind of be. Like, so,
I have heard nothing about this.
Yeah.
You want me to look it up? I'll look it up.
Yeah, you look it up.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to be really good. Have you guys seen the documentary Nows?
Oh my god, I love those on Netflix.
Yeah, have you not seen it, Veronica?
I don't think so.
Look up Documentary Now on Netflix. Like, it's him
on
and Fred
AFC,
Armisen.
It's on IFC. It's
and they
Documentary
parody
Now.
all these different kind of documentaries. Like,
I remember that. I watched that.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like ridiculous. It's the one, like the Grey Gardens one they gotta do.
Yeah, it was like soap opera or something.
Yeah, they're both like mother and daughter or something. Yeah, it's hilarious.
Oh my god, that was so weird.
And then there's a last one called Blue Jean Committee. And it's like they're just like this. They're this band from Chicago who like then just pretended they were a California band, and like everybody liked them or whatever. But it's like a two-parter. It's really good. Yeah.
So Barry
Yeah.
is the new series by Bill Hader. Mm-hmm. It does not come out until the 25th of March.
Okay.
Debuts on HBO. It is a show about a disillusioned former Marine turned assassin who reluctantly accepts a job in Los Angeles where he inadvertently discovers an interest in the performing arts.
Oh, okay.
So, that looks interesting. Do we want to watch a trailer for that, folks? Because I can pull it up right here, right now. I have it. I can, if you guys are that interested, I can show you the trailer for this.
We can watch it later. I don't care.
Okay, sure. Vote later. That's fine. Cool.
Is this mochi ready to eat? You got it out.
Yeah, it should be.
I just don't know if it's going to get melty or not. I'm just picking mine up. I got vanilla.
Yeah.
Sometimes, though, it's like I'm just going to wait and see what you guys think before I say anything. Never mind.
Open. Like peeling skin.
Mm-hmm. It's a little fleshy. What do you
Ice
think?
cream on the inside is good.
Yes, right?
The ice cream is really good.
It's
Sometimes I think the outside, like rice.
But they are ice cream.
You're eating an ice cream man. That's what you're eating.
What tastes like?
An ice cream man. It's very fleshy. Ew, this
Even
is
the
horrifying.
consistency of the skin.
It's like pig skin.
The epidermis. What is this called? It's pig skin?
This is like
It's rice.
It's rice.
Oh, it's rice. Okay.
It's literally rolled rice.
It's just
So like the consistency of it, like when you pull and it like snaps back, like I was like, it's
The elasticity of skin.
Yeah. It's and when you're touching it, it's like got powder on it, so it feels like fucking fleshy. Oh my god, what is this life? This ice cream is good, but I don't like all of the flesh.
I can only hope the zombies treat us with the same respect.
Yeah, reverence.
I think it's delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
We all got different flavors.
What flavor did everybody get? I got vanilla.
I went with the Kanoa coffee.
Oh, Kona coffee.
Kona coffee, my bad.
Kona coffee.
I have the strawberry.
I like that one.
I got the chocolate. I got the black guy.
That was the double dark chocolate.
The double dark chocolate?
Yeah, I picked it out just for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's good. I like that.
Sarah had gotten one. She got the green tea matcha one. Because they have all different flavors. I think my favorite one is the vanilla, and the mango one is really good too. But we don't get them often because they taste kind of like flesh. I don't know. Would you guys get them again?
I would. I mean,
It's different.
yeah.
Something fun and different.
The skin is also marshmallow texture.
Okay.
Like the texture of marshmallow. I was trying to think about like what else has that kind of.
That's a much nicer way of saying it than flesh.
I guess so, yeah.
Well, I'm just curious because I've never actually eaten flesh, so I'm just like
Well, me neither, but I mean, you can
I just feel like it was a little tougher than marshmallow.
a little
right?
gamey.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
The
enough.
most dangerous game.
Yeah, it just really, I don't know.
Damn. Well, shockingly enough, I have more dessert for us to try.
Oh, shit, what do you have?
Reptar bars.
Oh, yeah, we already tried these.
What are Reptar bars?
Have you ever seen Rugrats?
On
Yes.
Nickelodeon.
So
Yes.
We were at
Vaguely.
FYE the other day, and we were having this big retro thing where
What's in the middle of them?
stuff that makes your tongue green.
Yep.
It's like, it almost tastes kind of like frosting instead of milk chocolate. The white chocolate one is horrible. I don't recommend it.
Why would you say that? You got to let them have their own opinion.
Well, you guys be your own judge.
You can't say it's horrible because now they're going to be like, what if this is
Well, it's
sucky?
white chocolate, and I don't like it.
Okay, what is the stuff in the middle?
It's like frosting.
It's like frosting.
What does it say
But
on the
what is
thing?
it? It's like frosting.
The man wants to know what he's eating.
It is green frosting.
Oh, just green
Filled with
frosting.
milk chocolate.
It has like the hue of it.
I'm gonna
the kind
unpeel
of
my
green it
mochi
is.
from
It's like
its skin
Slimer
shell.
from
It does kind of.
Ghostbusters,
It does
doesn't
look
it?
kind of like Slimer. You're supposed to tear open, chomp, and then roar like Reptar after you eat
No,
it.
I'm not gonna do that.
Well, of course, because you probably know.
Better. Well, I took my mochi skin off my ice cream.
Okay.
That shitty quality milk chocolate. I mean, it's just very like,
Basic.
yeah.
When you guys review food, do you also include beverages as well? Not alcoholic, but like regular beverages, drinking beverages.
Yeah.
So, I personally am infatuated with this brand of pop called Moxie.
Moxie.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
MOXI.
Moxie. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like famous. Like I think it's like made and distributed in like Connecticut, Delaware, like somewhere up in there.
Okay.
And they have like it's so I guess like most like cola, it was like a medicine at first, and then somebody was like, "Nah, let's just make this.
Let's just drink this.
Yeah, let's just drink it for fun." Like, which is weird to think that something that was a medicine and just like now it's a thing that's extremely bad for you.
Yeah,
it's for fun.
It's all sugar.
Yeah. But it became that it's like in this green. The original printing is like orange and green, or no, orange and blue, but like neon orange and like neon blue.
Cool.
It says Moxie. And the key to it is you're supposed to drink it, and the first time you don't like it, and then the second time it's like, oh, okay, and then by the third sip you extremely
it grows on you.
Yeah, you fall in love with it, and like they have all these. They have a festival every year.
The Moxie Fest.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. And people like have all these recipes of like they make like different like meatloaf recipes and all that kind of stuff that they use. With the cola or whatever. So
that's awesome. Where can you get Moxie?
You gotta order it like from their website.
Shit.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try it.
You guys should check that out.
I would be all about that. I love checking out food stuff. We did the new Mountain Dew Ice recently. It was one of the drinks we tried. Yeah.
Mountain Dew Ice?
Yeah. It was like the cheap Sprite.
It was supposed to taste like Sprite or 7-Up.
And it was too lemony.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew was always a white man's drink to me.
I never liked it.
It just always was like, it was like people be pumped from Mountain Dew.
Yeah, because they fucking sit in their rooms playing video games, drinking Mountain Dews all fucking night, talking to their friends online.
Remember when Mountain Dew like had that promotion, like when it was first out, it was like, take it to the edge, be extreme.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew, like it's like
fuck yes.
Liquid cocaine.
Mountain Dew was like I'm trying to think of it was like Coors Light for kids,
Yeah,
Coors Light is stronger than Mountain Dew is stronger than Coors Light. Mountain Dew is way stronger.
Exactly how they marketed it is more what I'm talking about. How they were like, "You're gonna be extreme and ride the thunder" or whatever, and bullshit like that.
The mountains, the ice mountains.
Yeah, the icy mountains. Okay, well, V, you and I actually watched a movie recently that we could talk about on this episode before we get out of here.
Did we?
The Post.
Oh, yeah, we did.
But you want to talk about it?
Sure.
Okay, what did you think?
I thought it was very Steven Spielberg, very Tom Hanks, very Meryl Streep. Honestly,
who's Tom Hanks?
So, I feel like Tom Hanks, in my opinion, really can do no wrong. Like, he's everyone's favorite dad. Like, I love him. And I love Meryl Streep. It was just very Oscar bait, Oscar fodder. But I still really liked it.
God, the story is so good.
I thought it was good. It was well done.
Do you guys know anything about the story of The Post?
I vaguely know it has to do with, like, the kind of, like, what the newspaper can and can't do. It kind of mirrors what's going on with like media today.
Absolutely,
in a way.
Yeah, it was very relevant
because the movie is about the New York Times getting sued for releasing documents that essentially proved that we knew years before that the Vietnam War was a bad mistake, that we were sending American soldiers.
Knew and covered it up.
Like 3 presidents deep worth of presidents knew that this was happening, and they didn't stop it, right?
Okay.
So that goes on, and there's this whole report, and the New York Times got a hold of it. Mm-hmm. They start releasing about it.
So the government puts an injunction on them to stop.
Like, you can't post, you can't write anything, and it so happened that the Washington Post also got leaked almost the entire document, but they only had 7 hours to write their entire article and formulate everything the day that they got these 4,000 pages of this document.
And then they had to decide if they wanted to run it, because if they did, then it would kind of expose a lot of their friends, and it would kind of either get the investors of the Post to pull out of this big deal because it was right before they were going to go public. Like, it was was a lot, and I really loved Meryl Streep in it. She did a great job, kind of like portraying the typical woman in that time's struggle of trying to keep control of her company, and be a boss bitch.
But it is very much a story that you can say mirrors what's currently going on.
Right, with censorship and what you
Meryl
can't
Streep in
post.
anything is going to be
fantastic.
You throw Tom Hanks in it. It's all right.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm settling in for a good movie. Let's just get it done.
It's funny, too, because he's we started watching, and it's, of course, Tom Hanks, it's Meryl Streep, and then she's like, this feels like a Steven Spielberg movie. And I was like, it's because he fucking directed it.
And I was like, I guess that makes fucking sense.
And then we were like midway through, and I was like, I feel like this is a John Williams score, and I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. Like, it was a quintessential Steven Spielberg fucking movie. Like, they really did.
Yeah, it was like they had the perfect winning formula for Oscar nominations.
And they didn't win any Oscars. No. The Post won 0 Oscars.
And I feel like that was on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were better movies than The Post.
There were better movies than The Post. But it was a great story.
It was a great story.
Liked it.
It was greatly acted. I loved it. But it was just another Spielberg movie that you can chalk up to your Blu-ray collection and be like, okay, yeah, we can watch this someday.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. AP wanted us to watch The Big Sick this week. I want to save that for the next time he's on because I feel like he's got a lot to say about that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you know anything about that movie?
The Big Sick?
Mm-hmm.
Who's in that?
Kumail Nanjiani is the main guy, and it's like the real story.
Else just told me about that movie. Yes,
it's the real story of how him and his wife got together, and she had some crazy illness, and
and then he had to meet her parents through that. I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. Did that get nominated for stuff too?
Yeah, best original. No, best adapted screenplay. I think it was nominated for.
Maybe best. It had to be best original.
Best.
What one are we talking about?
The Big Sick.
Couldn't be best adapted.
It was best original.
Because if it was adapted, it would have had to been adapted from a book, and he didn't write a book, so it had to be best original screenplay.
Right.
That's right, and Get Out won in that category. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm not remembering.
What did you think of Get Out?
It was really, 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 really good. I went to go see it with my fiance and my friend Brad and his girlfriend. They're all white, so when we left, I was very frightened of them.
I was gonna say
I didn't trust anybody.
Did that change your perception of your fiance?
No. It was just for a while. It was just really sketchy and edgy. And what if it is? What if it is all
what if
just a clever ruse? Just
you guys moved to Lowell yet?
Then I realized I was who would want
Lowell.
I'm kind of shaped, so
you want
one person would want to put I'd be low on the on the pole of the auctioning pole, I guess.
You're not a worthy candidate. Is that what you're saying?
No.
You don't want. You don't think they don't want to put great grandpa inside of you?
No.
Okay.
No.
Was that a spoiler?
People should have seen that movie by now.
Yeah. I agree totally.
I get it. Sometimes people don't, but I don't. I still haven't seen Black Panther yet.
That's amazing.
I haven't seen it.
I'm not going to go see that either.
I want to go see it. I just hate paying so much to go to movies. So
dude, go to a matinee. It's like $6.50.
Hurry up and come on Google Play or something.
I still really want to go see Annihilation again, and I want to go see Thoroughbreds again.
I feel like you are a perfect candidate for Movie Pass, and we keep talking about that, and we haven't gotten one yet.
Yeah, that needs to be a thing.
Yeah, Movie Pass. We need to do that.
Yeah. Do you know about Movie Pass?
What's Movie Pass? Where at?
Do we need to really get on this movie?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, we do it every episode.
So, Movie Pass, you pay $10 a month, and they send you a debit card. You get within 100 meters of whatever theater and select what movie you want to see and what time. They pay the movie ticket price. You just pick the ticket up. So if it's a $14 movie, you only paid the $10 for the whole month, and you get one movie a day.
One thing I don't like is you have to be within so many feet of the theater for it to work. And it's kind of oftentimes I'm not really just out by the movies.
And just decide you want to do that. Well, I think the way you got to do it is almost know, I am intending on doing this, so when I get by the theater, I'll select my ticket. You're essentially doing it in the parking lot before you go in or whatever, But, you're paying $10 once.
At what movie theaters?
AMC's and Goodrich are the two main ones. So it works up here for all AMC theaters. And the cool thing is, if you use the kiosk, you can stack it with your Stubs points. So you're getting the price of the ticket every time, even though you only ever paid $10 once a month.
Okay.
So essentially you're getting what's 30 times at least it's $12 to see a movie.
Yeah.
So and you're only paying $10. So that's how much you're saving. Essentially, the goal is they want to get more people to see the movies that they are certain they're going to see. It's kind of an advertising thing.
I mean, they're basically like doing Netflix, except for like
movies.
You have to go. You still have to use your gas and go to the movie.
Yep, exactly.
It's just like,
that's exactly what MoviePass does. And
that's fine. I get it. I mean, I just feel like things should just come out like, I don't know. I guess I'm getting lazy now. Like, things should just come premiere on Netflix. Like
everything should just come out on Netflix.
It should just be like a big day.
A lot of people don't like going to the movies anymore because it's so expensive.
I think that would change how movies are written and stuff too, because now a lot of times you have things that are written into action pieces or other things that are literally, here's this funny thing we know the whole audience is going to laugh at, now back to the movie. And it almost kind of takes you out of it when you're at home and there's this joke that when you were at the theater, man, everybody cracked up because it was funny.
Right.
But when you're at home by yourself, you're just like, oh, that was kind of flat, actually. Why did they tell that joke?
Sometimes it's more exciting to see it as a group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
make
then
it an event to go out and do something fun.
I just want to have a theater in my house. They can just bring me the premieres of the movies and we'll just have private parties all the time. That's the way to do it. Get a big setup.
You have to sleep with a lot of men to get up to that position.
Are you ready for that kind of commitment?
It's hard work.
This is me saying no to that. I vote no. All right. Well, did you want to get out of here, V? Are we calling it? Are we good here?
I think that was pretty good.
We're fading here because we've been food drunk. We've been drunk.
It's been a long day.
Lots of cooking. Drunk, all kinds of drunk.
Tried all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's been a good day. Thank you guys for coming.
Did you guys for sure? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back.
Duh.
I want to.
And I
come
definitely want to hear you on Journey into Wrestling.
That's happening. We're gonna make that happen.
Okay.
Soon.
I will come.
That's the only way I would listen to a wrestling podcast.
When do you?
Just kidding.
It's every other Wednesday. It literally is opposite this show. So this show will come out this Wednesday, and the next week will be wrestling, and the following will be a Foodies, and so on.
How about we maybe possibly shoot for doing one right after WrestleMania?
I was going to say, when is WrestleMania?
Well,
we can talk about how terrible WrestleMania was.
That's an excellent idea, because I think that the week after WrestleMania is our finale show. Okay. So I think that's something that could totally be doable if we get something on the books sooner rather than later.
That, for sure.
Sweet. Hell yeah, we'll need to make that
I have
plan
lots of opinions. I'm sure we all will.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure we all will.
I'll be sure to keep mine to myself.
No, we want to hear your opinions. I want to hear them.
Yeah, totally.
I want to talk to you, but I want to convert you.
Same, see?
I think you can.
Do you know what's funny, though? Do you know what's funny?
It's a psychological trick, though. Like, you have to, like, you know.
But you know what she didn't tell you is how sometimes we'll be doing something, and she will go, you just made the list, and I'll be like, see, you fucking like wrestling. I know it.
You do that?
Yeah.
I don't do it because of wrestling, though.
Why do you do? Where'd you hear that?
I heard like Sarah say it or something, or I just like said it like. Just made the list.
Chris
like,
Jericho.
You made the list. I had no idea it was Chris Jericho saying it.
Yeah, but
I'll still say it despite the fact that Chris Jericho says it.
Chris Jericho, you could learn a thing or two from him.
Totally, he's one of my favorites.
He's in a band.
That's like his favorite. I know.
He plays the music.
I know. He just played here last year or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's got
a podcast too. You guys got a lot more in common than you need to know.
Talk is Jericho.
What are you doing?
I'm just saying, like, you guys.
I see what you're doing. I don't want to talk about it.
You like Japan?
Do we like what?
Do you like Japan?
The country?
Yeah.
Sure.
So does Chris Jericho.
I've never been there.
He wrestles over there sometimes, so there you go. Like, you guys are.
I didn't realize I had so many connections to Chris Jericho.
You do.
He also lived there for several years.
Like, I give a shit. Let's move on.
She's like, damn it, I'm cornered, and I know I like Jericho, and I'm a Jericho-holic.
No, I don't like Jericho. He wears stupid scarves.
Veronica-holic? Oh, that sounds perfect, right?
What?
Can we just call you... We are Veronica-holics.
Why?
Because you're our champion.
Oh, okay.
See, doesn't that feel good to be champion and have people adore you? That's what wrestling is. It's your dreams come true. Dance with the Titans.
Well, Y'all can live your dreams your way, and I will follow mine to Danzig.
Awesome. All right, folks. Well, as always, check out the Foodies Watching Movies podcast on JourneyIntoComics.com and also on all the different podcasting platforms, whether it's Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music. We're now on Spotify. Get Foodies Watching Movies on all the different social media sites, whether it's Facebook at Foodies Watching Movies, Instagram at Foodies Watching Movies, or on Twitter at Film Foodies. I think that's going to do it for Season 2, Episode 15 of Foodies Watching Movies. I've been Nate.
I'm Veronica.
Lauren.
I'm Keith.
Thank you so much for coming on again, man. It was a great pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate
yeah.
it.
All right,
It's
folks.
delicious.
It was delicious.
It was delicious.